Hey Exoticals, it's your girl back with another Exotical rant. You know what I was thinking about? You really want to know? I was thinking about cautionary tales, and let's get into one right now. Let me tell you a story. So in October 2024, a young mother sent a series of desperate text messages to her friends showing them fresh bruises, bite marks. These weren't just signs of abuse, they were warning signs of a meticulous planned revenge plot that had been in motion for months. Exotical Mary Jane Collins, 23, thought she had found love. Instead, she walked straight into a trap set up by a man who had spent 4 months pretending to care for her, all while plotting to destroy her to destroy her. It will come out that in a chilling video call that captured her boyfriend taunting a prison inmate, followed by a sound of a child crying hours later. Mary Jane Collins was dead, but this wasn't a simple case of domestic violence. This was a revenge, cold, calculated revenge against the father of her children. Her new boyfriend hadn't chosen her by chance. He had selected her specifically, watching and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The reason, a 4-year-old murder case that connected all of them in ways Mary Jane never knew until it was too late. Come to find out, her new love was her baby daddy had killed her new love's half brother. And he tried to talk to Mary because he wanted revenge. He wanted her to suffer, to make her baby daddy suffer and lose somebody he cared about. Ladies, this happened out of Texas, Seabrook, Texas, to be exact. This mother, she had 2 children. One child was by a guy named Michael King that was currently serving incarceration sentence for killing her new boyfriend's half brother, which Mary had no knowledge of. It's just, Mary Jane Collins didn't even know who she was dealing with. She ended up meeting this guy in a corner store. Ladies, this is why I tell you to stay out of corner stores. I tell you to stay out of corner stores, gas stations, liquor stores. Stay out of those type of establishments unless you're getting gas and it's like a corporate owned store, because they never breathe. It's always some drama with those places. And when people see you frequenting those low, I don't know what to say, those kind of stores, they're on like the lower end of the spectrum of class. They think that they can approach you. They think that you will be open for conversation. If you look at this guy, he has tattoos all over his face. He looks kind of scary. I don't know what she saw in him, or she thought because she had 2 kids, she would have to accept somebody that looks like he just got out of prison as well. This guy literally targeted her. He tried to start up a relationship with her, and as soon as he gained her trust, he started abusing Mary. And Mary wasn't exotical like us. Ladies, this is what I'm talking about. When you have kids and stuff, even if you're no longer with the child's father, especially if you're in a low income area or a disenfranchised neighborhood, ladies, you need to make sure you don't deal with men from those neighborhoods. Make sure you deal with men that have jobs, that literally can show you their W-2 or their 1099 or whatever, however they're filing taxes, they can show you where they're getting their money from. Make sure you verify employment or even do background checks on these men. Especially if your guy was a street guy in the past, or one of your baby daddies or fathers of your children were in the streets. I wouldn't deal with anybody from that area if I still had to stay over there. Ladies, I'm not telling you to be paranoid, but you have to be very cautious in this climate that we're living in. We're living in a climate that is people are trying to prey on innocent people. People are preying on naive people, or people that are not discerning. They're preying that you don't have that you don't have walls up to protect yourself and your children, that you don't do background checks on these people that try to just pop up in your life and then want to be instant close to you. All of a sudden, they want to love bomb you. A lot of times this happens in October through March during the winter season. People like this will pop up like, hey, boo, hey, big head. They want to like start relations. You'll meet men that want to start relationships really quick during winter because they're lonely or they want something from you. This guy in particular wanted something from Mary. Unfortunately, it was her life. Ladies, this is so serious. Like, this is really a serious case. Not only were her children home when Mary unfortunately lost her life, but they were hiding in a closet. And the guy did not care. This guy planned this. This guy was evil. He wanted to cause harm on this young woman and her kids, and he really did not care. She was telling her family members like it wasn't going so well. This is why I tell women when they say, how do I find a good man? I always say, go look in the mirror. Are you a good woman? Do you do good by yourself? Do you do good by yourself? Do you take care of yourself? Are you loving on yourself? That's if you're not doing those things, you're not going to attract those things. You're not going to attract somebody that's mentally stable if you're not mentally stable. You're not going to attract somebody that's financially stable if you're not financially stable. It's really hard to attract what you are not. Sometimes you might attract these type of guys, but you really have to be on your P's and Q's. So if you are a mom and if you're a single mom out here, you made a couple mistakes, you can improve, but it takes time and you really have to vet people in general, especially when you're bringing them around your kids. You have to vet them. You have to. I don't care like if they want to just stop by for a minute. Like, hey, I don't have people come by. I'll wait to get to know people. I don't just have them at my house. You have to not just easily let people in because they're showing you one side of themselves. Like literally he was only with her for 4 months and ended up getting that close to her. Like literally, if you haven't known a guy for at least a year, he does not need to be around your kids. 365. You need to know where he works, where he's employed at. If you don't know that information, do not let that person in your house. I'm just going to be honest with you. She was very trusting of this person. And especially when your baby daddies or your even ex-husbands or current husbands are in the streets and they end up getting locked up or killed, you have to be extra careful dealing with people. This guy wined and dined her the first month or two, acting like he really loved her, that he really wanted to be a part of her family, that he was going to take care of her and her boys. Ladies, remember, nobody is going to come save you. You're going to have to save yourself. And that's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of women because we've been taught somebody's going to come save us. I'm going to tell you as a beautiful exotical, nobody came and saved me. I saved myself. I made the life I wanted and I had standards and requirements and I did not let any man come and mess up my life. If you didn't meet my standards and requirements and you weren't okay with my boundaries, I did not let you in. And this is where Mary messed up with. You cannot let just random men come in and play daddy to kids that are not theirs. You haven't even vet them fully. In 4 months, you don't know what somebody can do. Like Judge Mathis always says, you only know somebody for a few months, they could be a crackhead. Anybody can hide some stuff within a couple months. You need to see people through the entire year. Okay? You need to know this person, especially if you have kids. I recommend paying for background checks, especially when you have kids, especially if you've had a background that, you've had tragedy before. Do those background checks. Don't be afraid to do that background check because it just is not worth it. It's not worth putting your life in danger. It's not worth putting your children's life in danger. And this guy, his name was Dwayne Hurst. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It was Dwayne Hurst, last name Hurst. Um, he planned this. He tried to love bomb her. And it worked. And like, I don't want to really get into too many details in this story. But unfortunately, this is a cautionary tale for us exoticals. And these guys will definitely prey on you if you're. This is why a lot of times I tell exoticals not to have kids out of wedlock. Do not have kids by men that will not marry you or in the streets, because a lot of time these stories are like that. These people target you because they feel like, oh well, one guy messed over you, you'll allow another guy to. They feel like they can get over on you because like you're not that bright. They feel like, oh well, your self-esteem, you might be a pretty girl, and Mary was very pretty. They feel like you might be a pretty exotical, but yeah, again, you have two kids out of wedlock and you live in the hood, so your self-esteem couldn't be that high. That's why I encourage exoticals to have children in wedlock, and if you've already had children out of wedlock, be very aware, be very vigilant, and get yourself into a stable environment where you're not in the hood, where you're not in dangerous areas. Because these are what these people are preying on, that you're in a poor area, that you're poor, that you're destitute, that you don't have a man anywhere, or he's dead, or he's locked up. They're praying that you have some type of sad story that you're living in and dwelling in and nurturing, that they can come in and manipulate you, that you don't have good discernment, so they can really get into your head, get into your heart, and get into your bed and do whatever they want to do. So ladies, like, this is such a heartbreaking story because, again, she did have two children. Fortunately, he didn't touch the children, but they did hear their mom's last moments, which I know is like stuck in their head, unfortunately. And I do wish the family of Mary Jane Collins condolences. Ladies, we have to do better, make better decisions. And I know it's easier said than done. And I know as women, especially if you've had children and things just didn't work out, you're lonely. You miss that male touch. You miss that just being around somebody that really cares about you and your kids. You might miss your ex-husband. You might miss your baby daddy. You might miss your ex-boyfriend. You might miss just a man's presence that cares about you in your life and you want to date. But if you haven't built yourself up enough financially to put yourself outside of dangerous neighborhoods and surroundings, I don't suggest dating in the hood. I don't suggest dating guys that don't have legit work histories. I don't condone, or not even condone because it's your life. I don't suggest that you date these type of men that are in the street, that you bring them in your home around your kids within a couple months. I don't suggest that at all. Sometimes it's easier said than done. But again, that's why I always say when I meet somebody, I'm giving you 365 days. I've got to watch you at least. And most people don't last that 365 because they have intentions on taking advantage or doing or causing harm. Their intentions aren't pure. That's why I watch them for the first 365 days. And then I give you another 2 years to prove, like, why are you hanging around me? What is it? Is it for friendship? Which I accept. I will accept a good friend, but like, you have to earn my friendship. I'm not giving it away. I'm too good of a person. I know how I ride for people I care about. And I know, I know how good of a friend I am. So I don't pass it out freely because everybody doesn't deserve me. And that's how you have to treat your life, especially when you're having children involved. This guy, literally, Mary was scared for her life. She was telling close friends at work and stuff that he was hurting her. She came to work sometimes with bruises and black eyes and whatnot. This guy literally within 4 months took over her life. That's why I suggest not doing that fast tracking friendship or romantic relationships, especially when somebody just all of a sudden appears, you know? It's very, very weird. And then it's like this lady really was really trying to do a lot. Like she was really trying to really get out of her situation, but again, she got distracted. That's why I don't suggest if you're in the hood, don't date. I've lived in bad neighborhoods before, and I didn't date any men over there. I did not care what they were talking about. I did not date them for any reason, and I did not give a damn. Um, but ladies, you have to be very, very careful. Um, and then he literally this guy. Be careful. Like this guy also, Dwayne, whatever his name was. He tried to like keep her away from her close family and friends. That's another sign somebody's really toxic. They try to keep you away from your support system. He also didn't like her going anywhere without him. That's another sign when somebody's really narcissistic. They want to like know exactly what you're doing 24/7. And I can tell you just by this type of control, this man didn't have a job. Just this type of control over her, he did not have a job. This woman was scared to death. I wish she would have called the police, but we don't know how severe the abuse was. We know it was constant, it was regular, but we don't know what else things he was telling her, if he was gonna hurt her children. You don't know what was her reason for not calling the police sometimes, but honestly, I wish she would have before it turned fatal. Um, Let me see, what else do I know about this info? It was so much. Like literally this dude like used to watch Disney movies with her when he first got with her. He put on the game really thick. Like he had her so scared like she wouldn't even stay on the phone with her friends for more than 2 minutes. Like this was like a really crazy revenge against her ex-boyfriend. He wanted her ex-boyfriend to really have a sad story because again her ex-boyfriend, baby daddy, had killed his half brother. And they were brothers, they were close, that type of relationship. But still, to target this mother like this and these children, it was just it was just really sick. And then after he did it, he snuck out the back. It was really it was just it was just really weird what happened to her. Um it was just I can't even understand why somebody would do this, but revenge, people, that's why I was saying we're living in a very different time. 2025 is a very different time we're living in, ladies. Don't let people manipulate you. Don't let people make you feel like you're acting weird because you're taking your time to get to know them. Don't let people like try to like fast track getting to know them and getting comfortable with them. You don't feel comfortable with them at first because again, they're strangers. You haven't seen them enough. Don't have them in your home. Don't have them around your children. Meet them occasionally. Stop bringing everybody in your house. Like my mom used to say, my mom was old school. Keep people out your house and keep people out your business and the bed. You don't know these people. Keep them out your house, out your business, and out your bed. Like, you do not know these people like that. And I wish Mary would have done that. But again, condolences to her family. May she rest in peace. Ladies, I don't want to be doing a cautionary tale about you, one of you ladies. I'm tired of people targeting us exoticals because we're kind. We're nice. We're trusting, even though they haven't gained our trust. Make people work for your trust. Make people show trustworthy behavior for more than a couple months, for a couple years before they get to know you and your kids. And it may sound crazy, but it's way easier to see something you don't like when you're keeping people at a distance until you get comfortable with them. Hey, I can't have you at my home, but maybe we can go meet for coffee. You don't have to do nothing crazy. Maybe we can take a walk in the park every other week. Just slowly getting to know somebody. And if they want to move faster, hey, I got a lot going on in my life. I can't move that fast. And you'll see the genuine people from the people that are not genuine. Um, so her kids were 9 years old, and I think a 4 year old. It was just so scary what happened to Mary from this guy. He was truly the devil. Ladies, like you have to really be careful of people like this. This guy is evil. This guy knew what he was doing. He targeted her. He took it out on her. He wanted her baby daddy to suffer by knowing that he got her killed. And he proved his point. Uh so it's just crazy, ladies. This world is getting crazier and crazier. And he was apprehended in jail, the killer. But ladies, trust your instincts. Don't rush into anything. Trust your instincts at every turn. Don't let people talk you into anything. It's a crazy world out here. We have to keep our guards up as beautiful women. And that's why I stress self-esteem, because when you have high self-esteem, you're not looking constantly for outside validation, and you're able to assess situations before you're in the middle of a tragedy. So ladies, let me know what you feel in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please comment with care and have a wonderful day. Bye, ladies.